2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Dallas Mavericks at the American Airlines Center. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Markkanen is out there with Keontae George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the two guard. And for Dallas, big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Flag is out there with Max Christie. And it's Marshall in at the three slot. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Pass the flag. Here's Marshall. Launches a three. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
George with the ball. Nurkic finds George. The Jazz working the ball around now. Nurkic the pass to Mikhailuk. And here's Nurkic, pocket six. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Now, here's Washington. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. Pass to Washington. Now, here's Gafford. In the corner, it's Flag. On the wing, that one goes. Count it.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
For Utah, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. And stolen by Christie. Lobbed up there for Gafford. And that one's good. Flag. Flag's got his second basket of the night.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 10-2 run here. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Outside, Markkanen. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good.
No, nice pass by Markkanen. Knows it's better to give it up than force his own shot.
Pass to Christie. To the wing on the left. And Marshall gets to Washington. No good on the 3.
You really need to take advantage of those looks because the defense won't give you many of them.
Markkanen, good.
Well, I'd watch him the rest of the game because he is seeing a lot of shot clock.
Here's flag after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Pass to Marshall. Here's flag. No good from outside. Here's Mikhailu. 11 points last game. Nurkic a screen on Christie. To the middle. Nurkic can't hit.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
Here's flag. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. And it's 7 points for Cooper Flag.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Jazz trail by 6. Outside, George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Markkanen a screen on Christie. Inside, it's tipped. Stolen by Washington. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And Flag throws it down.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Mikhailu. Marshall defending. Back to Markkanen. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. Now Flag turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. Pass to Washington. Here's Flag. At 3 off the mark. Here's Mikhailu. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Nurkic kicks to George. Here's Mikhailu. Marshall defending. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Nurkic. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gafford. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's George. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. Here's Sensabaugh. Misses the 3. Christie has the open look. Cans it from downtown. Christie's got 5 points so far.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Markkanen. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
Pass to Flag. Now Christie. Here's Flag. Fires from deep. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Here's Mikhailu. And here's Markkanen. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And the defense just has no answers for him right now. With each made basket, the more his confidence continues to grow.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. at the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season. And, of course, there's Utah. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels. Marshall. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Pass to Flag. Shot clock at 6. Filipowski grabs the board.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
Now Bailey takes a 3. A rebound by Washington. And good depth for this Mavs roster, Jim, at just about every position. Looks like they've got options.
Well, it's helping them weather the Kyrie injury. Anthony Davis, you know, will tend to miss some games, so it's always nice to have a reliable backup.
Here's Filipowski, and that one is stuffed right through.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Dallas leading by 7. Flag with it. He's got 9. A 3. He can't hit that time.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
Pass to Markkanen. Good on the three-point shot. And now it's just a 4-point Maverick lead.
Already a solid shooter. When you play off Markkanen, you risk getting burned.
Dallas shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Up top, Christie. He's got 5. Here's Flag. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
Here's Collier on the 3 off target. And so here is Dallas. 4-point game. Pass to Marshall. Now here's Gafford. Defended by Filipowski. Looking to get back on track here. And Flag with the nice bucket inside. And now that's 11 points for Cooper Flag. Jazz trail by 6. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, a big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process, seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Guys?
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Here's Flag after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Pass to Marshall. Puts up a 3. Cranes the three-pointer. Marshall's got 6 points.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Here's Collier. Hasn't made one yet. Outside, Markkanen. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Now, here's Gafford. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And it's Flag missing.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Shots good by Filipowski.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Dallas leading by 5. Pass to Gafford. And they pick up 2. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. To the paint, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
Here's Marshall after the basket by Utah. And a wide open look for Flag. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got 3 assists now in this one. For the Utah Jazz, they won their last contest, that game against Cleveland. Here's Collier. No scoring in this one. Jacks up a 3. Mavericks with the rebound. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this one.
And so it's Cooper Flag making things happen for the Mavericks. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. Back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
It's what the league looks like these days, but it's not always easy to pull off and execute it.
So on the floor for Utah, we've got Collier. Bailey out there with Filipowski. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's George in at the point. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Here's Bailey. Still yet to score. Pass to George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. And Utah making a change here. Hendricks is checked in, and that's good as he hits both of his shots. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Russell, no luck. Jazz trail by 9. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Collier. He has yet to score.
A fantastic dunk, and he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Dallas has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Klay Thompson with that deep range.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
George, he'll bring it up for Utah. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
And it's Collier missing.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Thompson outside. Three-pointer. The rebound by Collier.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Up top, Nembhard. Six to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Nembhard's got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And finished off by Bailey.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. A different look for Dallas. Washington's checked in for Martin. Flag comes in for Thompson. And it's Najee Marshall in for D'Angelo Russell. Now, Washington, he's got 5. Pass to Flag. Knocks down the 3-ball. Flag's got 17.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Here's George. Following the 3-point basket by Dallas. Filipowski passes to Bailey. Here's Collier. Nothing on the board. Clock is at 3. Here's Filipowski. Drills it from outside.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Now Washington. Here's Flag. And the Mavericks another 3.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Well, if you shoot the ball at 40% or better from the three-point line, you are going to win most games, no matter where you play.
to the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. Fifth on the list, Cooper Flag.
He's brought that physicality. I mean, given a chance to contribute, he's shown that he can battle inside with the best of them.
Here's Bailey. Outside, George. Pass to Collier. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks leading by 13. Nemhard with it. Over in the corner, Marshall to the left side wing. Bounce pass, Nemhard. Clock at 6. Marshall sets a screen for Flag. That's good from Marshall on the assist by Flag. Marshall's got 8 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Markkanen looking it over. Another miss by Utah. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-5 run. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Here's a look at some of the stats for him.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. And here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Marshall finds Nemhard. Lets it go from 11. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Markkanen. He had 28 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Now, Nemhard, after Lowry Markkanen misses from long range. Gafford kicks to Washington. Pass to Flag. Fires the three. And it's hauled in by Lowry Markkanen. Jazz trail by 17. Here's Collier. Still without a basket. Now here's Markkanen to stop the run. Markkanen missing again.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Pass to Flag. From deep. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bailey passes to Markkanen. They set the pick. To the middle. Here's Filipowski. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Gafford. Mavericks leading by 17. And Tim, you think about rim-running centers, Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
The Jazz have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
That free throw missing. Tim, you know you've played it for so long. The intensity of competition can lead to some heated communication, even between those on the same team.
Oh, Kevin, believe me, in the 10 years I played in the league, you often see that between teammates because you have highly competitive individuals who aren't always going to see eye to eye.
But don't you think that's good, though, that competitive tension that may exist within a team?
It creates an edge, Kevin, that you need to win in this league.
Now, here's Gafford. Inside, stolen by Markkanen. And stolen by Christie. Fast break, Dallas. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's on Lauri Markkanen. The Mavericks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And he makes the first. Collier, he's checked in for Keontae George. And Christie drops them both. Jazz trail by 18. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the NBA is cutthroat. All-star Kevin Durant said, you've got to build up that dislike for guys that you're competing against, and you can't be friends while you're on the court. It's a dog-eat-dog world, especially when you're at the level of greatness. You don't want anybody to take that thing you've got. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. The free throw drops for Collier.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Pass to Gafford. And here is Washington. Over in the corner, Christie. Washington kicks to Marshall. Shot clock at 6. Washington passes to Marshall. Dallas, no good that time either. Jazz trail by 15. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Here's Flagg. He's got 20. Here's Washington. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
P.J. Washington. One shot.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Jazz trail by 18. At the elbow, Nurkic. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over Washington. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Nurkic. Markkanen's got 16. Here's Washington. Three-pointer. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Markkanen throws it down.
And staying aggressive on offense. Markkanen's always looking to score the basketball. This guy has really become a refined scorer.
Mavericks leading by 14. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Pass to Flagg. Back to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Christie. Drains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Outside, Markkanen. Here's Mikhailuk. Marshall defending. Mavericks shooting and feeling it offensively in the second quarter. They're shooting 60%. Here's Gafford. And that one hits back iron.
Well, that's a good high percentage shot. He just couldn't convert.
Pass to Collier. Now Markkanen from the arc. The Mavericks pull it in. Wyatt's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's Gafford. 1:49 left to play in the first half. Here's Washington. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Washington against Markkanen. Pass to Mikhailuk. Offline with his 3. Dallas leading by 17. Christie the pass to Washington. There's 1:17 left here in the second. Fires it up. Gets a very good look and converts. Washington's got 10.
Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier. Picked by Markkanen. Driving the lane. And Nurkic has it in the corner. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. The Maverick shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. And here's Washington outside. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Jazz trail by 17. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Collier. Here's Nurkic. Here's Mikhailuk. Traps in the tray. Mikhailuk's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Out to the wing. Now, here's Washington. Excellent D there from Markkanen. And so it's Dallas with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and just not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the 3rd quarter underway in just a moment.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. Okay, you're thinking about the shot. It's all good. Let's hear it for our contestant.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
In the game against the Bulls, they'll be facing a team that's had a little better year. But this game is winnable if they bring the energy.
Oh, they're going to need more than energy, Kenny. There's a talent gap here.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Utah Jazz.
They're getting destroyed inside. I'm pretty sure even Kenny could get a layup on them right now.
Shaq, I'd get a layup on you every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my pick and roll game was just phenomenal.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Cooper Flagg in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense adjusts to him in this half.
Mavericks leading by 14. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Christie is out there with Flag. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. And Flag throws it down.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That will be the 3rd of the 6-game road trip. Pass to Nurkic. Outside, George lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Washington, an easy 2 points on the layup. Washington's got 12 points in the game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Here's George. Outside, Markkanen. Shoots over Washington. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by George.
Look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Now, Washington, 12 points for him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
A moment now to see the numbers for Marshall, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 14 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, with some guys, we always talk about potential. What I like about him, he comes to work every night and actually produces.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's got 5. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. A 3-pointer off the mark. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. In the corner, it's Flag. Pass to Christie. Here's the 3. Knocks it loose. Here's Flag with the fadeaway. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. And now it's time to look at our rookie leaderboard and see which of the first-year players are tops in assists during the last month. And you look at Collier, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved. And, of course, Cooper Flag. He's right there as well.
Playing unselfishly, and they're way ahead as far as processing the game and making decisions offensively. The past month bears that out.
Markkanen against Washington. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. Over Flag. And Utah again with the bucket.
Yeah, he just needs more shots. He has to get more involved.
And here is Washington. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Mikhailuk. 5 points in the game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Flag with it. Now Christie. Pass to Flag. 3, Marshall. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Nurkic setting the pick for George. It doesn't go for him.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
In order to cut into a lead the way that they have, you must be outstanding on both ends.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Mavericks making a change here. Nemhard's checked in. Mavericks leading by 10. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. They could use a bucket. Over in the corner, Marshall. Here's Flag. He's got 22. 4 on the clock. The 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to George. Larkin in a screen on Christie. George with the bounce pass. Gets it down to single digits. Markkanen's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Flag with it. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Dallas again missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
For George. He's been dominant over the last month, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Mavericks leading by 6. Pass to Christie. Now Flag. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. George against Nimhard. Here's Sensabaugh. Over Christie. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Nimhard. On the wing, Christie. Right wing. Here's Flag. He's guarded by Markkanen. And it's Flag missing.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
George looking around. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Dallas leading by 4. Pass to Gafford. Here's Flag. Back to Gafford to end the cold streak. Off target with the jump hook. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, George from downtown. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got rebound number 8 now on the night. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you've made a great list of guys right there, for sure. The Mavericks leading. In the corner, it's Flag. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
For Utah, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%.
And I like that. Markkanen needs to play like a 7-footer because he's got the talent, but he also has a pretty strong frame when he wants to use it.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Mavericks leading by 8. Now Christie. He's got 13. Gafford finds Nemhard. Here's Christie. Here's Flag. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Jazz passing it around. Nurkic against Gafford. Just 5 to shoot. George passes to Nurkic. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Gafford. Christie with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Now, Nemhard. Pass to Flag. Here's Christie. And again, Dallas with the 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Jazz trail by 13. Now, here's Markkanen. Back to George. Here's Sensabaugh. Markkanen dishes to George. Shot on the wing. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And if they want to come up with a win here, he either needs to start making shots or find another way to help his team.
Nemhard with it, defended by George. Here's Nemhard, rebound by Nurkic. And here is Markkanen. He's got 26. Pass to Sensabaugh. Nurkic kicks to George. Nurkic setting the pick for George. Clock at 4. Here's Mikhailu. Off target from outside. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 11-2 run. Bobbed up there for Gafford. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Here's a look at the teams that have been dominant offensively over the course of the past month. In third, the Jazz.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Jazz trail by 13. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. comes in for Marshall. And a switcher also for Utah. Hendricks is checked in. Here's Collier. Pass to Bailey. To stop the drought. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Hendricks.
He will take that matchup every single time. He is not going to miss many of those.
Here's Russell. Scoreless thus far. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Mavericks leading by 11. Pass to Thompson. Lets it go from deep. Here's Cisse. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And Klay Thompson has never really been given credit as a playmaker, but I've always enjoyed watching him operate pick and roll.
Here's Collier. 5 points in the game. Here's Hendricks. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Bailey. Off target from three-point range.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
51 seconds left in the third. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Filipowski.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. Flag is checked in for the Mavericks. And he sinks the second. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Collier. Hard covering, and he makes that one.
What a great pass. It was on time and on target.
Thompson outside. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Collier. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hendricks. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Dallas up by 12. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So on the floor for Utah, you've got Keontae George, also Collier out there, Bailey out there with Kyle Filipowski, and it's Hendricks in at the four-man position.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Pass to Russell. Down low, and he jams it with authority.
Getting everyone involved. Russell operating the offense like a seasoned vet.
Here's George. Here's Hendricks. Here's Collier. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Thompson outside. Russell sets a screen for Thompson. To the inside. Here's Cisse. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Dallas.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And I've also been very impressed with their ball movement. It has led to better shots. The offense overall has had a great rhythm.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Collier. There's the pick. Takes the three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Thompson for three. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Utah with the ball after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. And the basket is good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. Here's Flag. Here's Cisse, and the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Jazz trail by 15. Outside, George. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Russell. Collier, that's good.
After a rough first half, it's good to see him start to put the pieces together here.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Thompson looking for an opening. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's Klay Thompson making it look easy because of that high basketball IQ.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. making a switch here. Gafford's checked in. Ari Markkanen's checked in for the Jazz. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He told his guys to, quote, turn it up, going on to say, only way we get out of this hole is with effort, incredible effort. So show me what you can do out there. It's a big ask, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's Filipowski. Bailey with the ball. Pass to George. Pulls from the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Mavericks leading by 13. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now, flag. For the screen on Markkanen. Flag. No good on the triple. For Utah, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. From past the arc, it's hauled in by George.
And wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. Now, Nembhard. Now, here's Thompson. Pass to Flag. 6 on the shot clock. Nembhard for 3. Sinks the triple.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
One more miscommunication at the defensive end. Just brutal. It can't happen.
Bailey with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. Jazz passing it around. Outside, Markkanen. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Gets the three-pointer to fall. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Here's Nembhard. Down low. Oh, and the jam by Gafford.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. So it's Utah now, following the score by Dallas. And Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Mavericks leading by 11. Nembhard with it. Here's Flag. Takes it off the glass. Flag's got 27 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Now, here's George. Outside, Markkanen. And Ace Bailey picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Jazz with some changes. Norkic checked in for Kyle Filipowski. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Collier. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Pass to Flag. From deep. Back to Washington. Now, Flag. Now, Christie. Jacks up a 3. Dallas, no good that time either. And here's George. Pass to Bailey. And here's George. Outside, Markkanen. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
At the top of the key, Gafford. And it looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a kick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sensabaugh is checked in. Now here's Markkanen. Yep, it counts. Markkanen's got 30 points.
Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
Here's Flag, defended by George. Basket good. 29 points for Cooper Flag.
Wow, what a smart play. He recognizes the smaller defender on him and takes it right to the rim.
Outside, Markkanen. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I like seeing Markkanen be this assertive offensively. Sometimes the defense doesn't know what to do when he has it.
First free throw is good.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Dallas leading by 12. Pass to Marshall. Now Gafford. Now Flag. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Flag's got 31.
In that type, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Markkanen a screen on Christie. Back to George. Markkanen sets the pick for George. No good from outside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Marshall over in the corner. Christie. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Christie's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That's 5 threes for him tonight and his third of the half.
And George kicks to Markkanen. From outside. No good. Dallas leading by 17. Here's Flag. Outside, Christie. Launches it. Another three for Dallas.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Mikhailuk. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off, coming off of his screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
And so it's Utah here with the ball, following the three-point basket by Dallas. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter. the flag. Clock at 6. The shot from the low post is good. Flag's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Cooper Flagg.
There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Now, here's Washington. Lets the 3 fly. That's his 7th miss in 12 shot attempts. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now, here's Markkanen. This one for 3. Rebounded by Gafford. Marshall with it. Now, Flagg. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the player of the game, Cooper Flagg.